to have that response against this team when you've lost 3 in a row and you have a back-to-back in Minnesota tomorrow, I don't know how you can justify that. Like, I don't know. I'd love to see the post-game presser right now. I wish we were able to watch it, but unfortunately we have to do the show. Because how, as a coach, do you talk about this? Like, it really is just, and look,
because this is not just a throw it away kind of thing.
It can't be.
You got a game tomorrow, throw it away.
You're going to end up in the play-in. Like, if Joel misses any games outside of the back-to-backs with Paul George out, like, they don't look like a functioning basketball team right now. There's not one thing they do consistently well. You can make the case even with Joel and Paul George, they didn't do anything consistently well. They don't do anything well right now without those two. And it's not trending in, like, they're showing no signs of actually improving any of it. They don't defend well. They don't get back in transition. Ball movement stinks. The shooting stinks. The schemes don't change. I don't know how this keeps going on and nothing changes. I really don't.
I don't know how you looked at this roster at the deadline and traded away one of your only genuine threats to be a weapon. And I get it. Jared McCain was not good for a lot of this year. But with him on the roster, you were struggling to shoot. You're struggling to get scoring, shooting off the bench. It's been a constant problem for a long, long time. I don't know how you look people in the face after the deadline and honestly say there was nobody that was added that it was an impact player. There was nothing that could be done. We sold high on Jared. Knowing what your problems are and seeing the same things happen over and over and over and over. And so there's a big managerial part of this for sure, right? But then I look at, I'm watching the third quarter and I see the Pelicans, again, bottom 10 team on offense and defense. They're not good at anything. They're not healthy on top of that. They don't have their full complement of guys. Trey Murphy's not even playing tonight. He's one of their best offensive weapons. And they come out and Sadiq Bey and Bryce McGowan's and then later Jordan Poole absolutely light you up from three. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, early in the season, we looked at some of these games, the Magic blowout, and you say, look, Anthony Black went crazy. It's a weird game. You throw it away. You have the one Cavs game. Jalen Tyson is a good shooter, but he's not so good of a shooter that he's going to have games like that all the time. It's like, what do you do? But then you keep having these games. You're in game 56, and you look around and you say, oh my God, another random role player lit them up and changed the game and changed the complexion of the game and changed the momentum, and you have no answers for it. And it's like at a certain point, it just has to be the structure. It has to be the way that you are playing teams, the deliberate choices that you're making with your system, when you're helping, how aggressively you're playing on defense, right? It's a high variance style. And right now, we've talked about this going into the deadline. It's been a subject with people who watch our show regularly. Like, hey, maybe there need to be some, even if you're not making wholesale changes to the structure when you're healthy, you do have to get through this period where Paul George is out bare minimum until March 25th for over a month from now, right? So what are you doing to adjust to that reality? And what are you doing to either juice up the offense or make yourself a whole enough defensive team that you can get to that point without completely cratering? That's on Nurse. Another thing that's on Nurse, and this has driven me crazy for a lot of the year, they're up 8 points at halftime with a specific rotation, right? No Watford. VJ's the first guard sub out. They didn't have the weird big ball lineup of Watford, Walker, Bona. Walker hits some threes. He plays better. And the pattern where VJ comes in to spell Maxey for the minutes that he did, that all works. They're up 8 at halftime. The patterns that they've used are fine. And then the second half, he decides not to do that. He decides, hey, Maxey, while the game is kind of teetering on the edge, now's the time we're going to get you rest. Now's the time that VJ, Grimes, and Cam Payne are the guys who are going to have to run the show. And Justin Edwards, who, by the way, did not play at all in the game up until that point, comes in and is asked to play really important minutes. The Pelicans surge ahead, and just like in that Lakers game, admittedly against a better Lakers team, Austin Reeves going off, they have LeBron, the more of an excuse, at least in that one. It's literally the exact same script. You let the game get away in the third, and they hit you with a sledgehammer to open the fourth, and you have no answers. And you know how I know you have no answers? They were killing you from three, and you sat back in a zone. Your answer is to play the defense that's designed to let teams shoot from three and to concede threes because you're taking away the interior. So your answer to the problem was the antithesis to what most people who follow basketball would do when a team is killing you from three. Like, I don't even understand there's no logic behind it. And that's, look, the players are not scot-free. We're going to talk about what they did wrong, what they've done wrong. Joel Embiid and Paul George being absent is the biggest reason that they can't win games. They're two very good, very important players. But when basic decision-making stuff is happening like this, and it's a pattern, and it happens over and over, and you find yourself unable to find answers against a team that's playing DeAndre Jordan and Bryce McGowan, who just got, like, congrats to him. He just got converted to a real contract off of a two-way. Like, great story for him after it looked like he might flame out. When these things keep happening to you, when the Nuggets roll in with basically nobody available and beat you on your home floor, when you go down to New Orleans and they're on the second half of back-to-back, lost to Milwaukee by 20-plus points the night before, and they don't just beat you, they humiliate you the next night, they should all just be embarrassed by that performance. But now they've had, 3 or 4 straight games where they, like, the Atlanta game, at least they're in the game. The rest of them, they're not even in the game by the end of the game. Just horrific stuff.